The headlines dominated in Italy by Gianluigi Donnarumma. Tears in the derby, says Corriere dello Sport. They weren't alone. Gigio cries, Milan smiles. This, of course, after the reception received by Gianluigi Donnarumma. For more on that, to tell the whole story of that, here's Gab Marcotti.
Last summer, Gigio Donnarumma, the 18-year-old Milan goalkeeper and heir apparent to Gigi Buffon, was entering the final season of his contract. Rather than renew, though, his agent Mino Raiola announced the young keeper would let his contract expire in June of 2018 and become a free agent. This was met with hostility by Milan fans, who dubbed their teenage sensation Donnarumma and pelted him with fake dollar bills during the European Under-21 Championships in Sweden. A month later, though, a deal was reached. Donnarumma signed a 4-year contract extension, tying him to the club through 2021. Along the way, he got a nice bump in salary. Right around €6 million a year in net after-tax wages, which, if you're keeping score in weekly pounds, works out to around 180,000 grand a week. It's probably not a coincidence that they also signed his older brother, Antonio, who's also a goalkeeper, to a lucrative deal as well, so he can back up baby brother. And during the off-season, Milan spent big, nearly €200 million worth big, with big aspirations as well. Hopes of finishing near the top with Champions League qualification the absolute minimum. But results on the field have not matched the ambition off it. The Rossoneri have gotten off to a rotten start, and visions of returning to Europe's elite now appear to be a pipe dream, at least for this year. And the reverberations of Milan's sluggish start have been felt by Donnarumma's management. According to Italian newspaper Corriere della Sera, who first reported this on Wednesday, Mino Raiola is reported to have recently asked Milan to cancel his client's contract on the grounds of, quote, moral abuse suffered by Donnarumma, claiming he had been the subject of psychological pressure and coerced into signing a new deal last summer. You can probably guess that this has not gone down well at all with the Rossoneri faithful. During the warm-ups of Wednesday night's Coppa Italia game, fans jeered Donnarumma, and during the match they unfurled a banner reading, quote, moral abuse, €6 million net per year, and the signing of a parasite brother. Now go, our patience is finished. The fans' behavior evidently got to Donnarumma, who had tears in his eyes. Milan captain Leo Bonucci was seen consoling the teenager before the game, which Milan would win 3-0, as Donnarumma kept a clean sheet. After the match, Milan's coach Rino Gattuso said, he's an 18-year-old kid, of course he was shaken. People are painting a kid as if he's a monster, and he doesn't deserve it. Fortunately, there were only 9,000 people in the stadium tonight. Imagine how it would feel if there were 50,000 insulting him. Milan sporting director Max Mirabelli added, quote, Gigio's an exceptional kid. I spoke to him a few minutes ago and he never said he wanted to leave. Referring to Mino Raiola, he added, quote, perhaps there's a gentleman out there who wants to organize something. We know where the rot is coming from. I have no meeting planned with Raiola. The kid has a contract through 2021, unquote. On Thursday, Donnarumma took to Instagram writing, it was an ugly night that I did not expect. I never said nor wrote that I was the victim of moral violence when I signed the contract. In spite of all this, I look ahead with my mind to the next game. Forza Milan.
Gab, I love you in storytelling mode. That was terrific. It's a drama, though, that seems to belong at La Scala rather than at San Siro, and it continues to unfold. What's the latest?
Well, the latest is that after Donnarumma's post on Instagram, we had his agent, Mino Raiola, coming out. Now, he said, look, I'm not going to go and discuss the contract situation or anything like this. But he says that, you know, this whole issue is personal between him and Max Mirabelli, Milan's sporting director, and that basically, he's got no issue with him. But of course, he stopped short of saying that or of denying the story that they had written to the club. But he did say something important. He says, he said Donnarumma needs to be left alone. He's got nothing to do with this, which to me seems a little bit extraordinary because he is the player in question and he is the center of attention. And it's a very, very messy situation, Adrian. And I think there's probably a lot of stuff that we don't know right now.
Gab, what is the end game here? Where's Donnarumma going to end up playing?
I don't know. It's interesting to note as well that in his Instagram post, it's not like he came out and he said all he did was he denied saying that he'd been victimized, but it's not as if he said that he's going to stay. I think it's in Milan's long-term interest to have Donnarumma there, to have him happy, to have him productive, and to have him really reach his prime. And then at that point, he'll be very useful to them. And if they do want to sell at that point, he'll be worth a lot more money than he is now. By the same token, Mino Raiola is acting the way an agent like Mino Raiola acts. And one key question here it goes back to Donnarumma. If you don't like the way Mino Raiola is handling the situation, nobody is forcing you. Nobody's holding a gun to your head and saying, "I want this guy to represent me." And it's a lot of weight, I think, for an 18-year-old to carry.